Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jordyn and welcome to my March TBR. So excited to already be getting into the third month of the year. I feel like I'm in a really good groove right now. I'm loving the content I'm making, the books I'm reading. All is good. March is going to be an extremely busy month, which one is how I like it, and two, honestly how all of my months are. So maybe it's not so different from normal, but it's going to be one of those months where I very strictly plan out my reading and hopefully can keep up with all of it, because that's the only way I'm going to fit all of these books into this month that I want to fit them in. Some things that are happening in March. First of all, I have about a week-long work trip out of the country. That will be at the beginning of the month. Then there are 2 readathons that I'm planning on participating in throughout the month. One of them I am a co-host for, one of them I am not. I've got some local in-person book clubs going on that I have books to read for, and I've got content and reading vlogs that I want to continue making as well. So let's get into all of the books that fit into all of those things. So first things first, the first thing that I want to tackle while I'm on that out-of-country work trip is my April arcs. This kills a few birds with one stone. First of all, it helps me get ahead on content where I'm reading the next month's arcs on NetGalley before they actually come out and before they get archived. And also it means that when I'm traveling, I only have to bring my Kindle with me, which is such a relief and an absolute game changer for trying to read while traveling. So the 4 April arcs that I will be reading in March are, firstly, coming out on April 9th is The Last Love Song by Callie Holford, which is pitched as a queer young adult Mamma Mia with a dash of Maureen Johnson. I don't really know what all of that means, but I'm excited to read it. The cover is really cute, the synopsis sounded fun, so I'm excited to see what it's all about. The next one I'll be getting to is called Late Bloomer by Maisie Eddings. This one is giving me all the springtime vibes, which I love and cannot wait for. This one looks like it's an adult, sexy, queer romance. Third of all, we have Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. I have only read a couple of Sally Hepworths in my day. I know she's a very popular author and a favorite of a lot of my bookish friends, but I haven't read her in a while, so I think I want to give her new release a try. And then the 4th and final book that I'll be reading for that ARC reading blog is called Missing White Woman by Kelly Garrett, which I believe is an adult thriller about a woman who wakes up in her vacation home and like her boyfriend or husband is gone and there's a dead body with her. So that one sounds fun. After reading all of those arcs, which yes, I will be filming and vlogging and doing an entire April arcs video, then we get into the readathons happening in March that I'm participating in. The first one I want to join is the Backlist Readathon. This is happening on March 8th through the 15th. This is the 3rd or 4th year that this readathon has happened. I've enjoyed participating in it for the last couple of years, and I love that this readathon kind of gives me an excuse to read a whole bunch of books off of my physical TBR, because of course all of the books that I collect on my physical TBR and that sit there for a while, eventually they turn from new releases to backlist books. So this readathon is the perfect excuse to get a whole bunch of those read. There are prompts for this readathon and I did use those prompts to pick these books. I actually showed that whole process on my Patreon for my March content planning behind the scenes video. I'm not going to go through all the prompts here, but I also will probably mention them in my vlog if I do a readathon vlog. But the first 3 books that I would love to knock out through this readathon would be the first 3 books in the Inheritance Games trilogy. Actually, I think it's a series that has more than 3 books, but I only own the first 3, and I will use this readathon to find out if I enjoy these. Obviously, I'll start with the first one, and if I don't love it, then I won't continue in the rest of the series. If I end up loving all 3 of them, then I'll check out the next books even beyond these ones. I believe this is a young adult mystery thriller series. I really like young adult mysteries, and I've heard overall really good reviews about this series, so I'm excited to finally be jumping on this bandwagon and give these books a try. And then if I'm looking for a break from that series during that readathon, I did pick out one other book to try to knock out during that week. It's one that I've been holding on to for a while, but I have high hopes and expectations for, and it's The Diamond Eye by Kate Quinn. I have really no idea what this book is actually about. All I know is that it's a historical fiction book and that I have really loved Kate Quinn's writing in the past. I've given other books by her 4 and 5 stars, so I have no reason to think that this will be any different, and the cover looks pretty wintry, so I think I want to knock it out before we get fully into spring and summer and I don't feel like reading wintry books anymore. Though I don't think that will happen. I'm looking out at snow right now. We just had a big snowstorm, so where I live, winter isn't going anywhere, but by mid-March, who knows? Then the other readathon that I for sure will be participating in April is Bows and Books. This was concocted by my friend Summer, and I'm excited that she asked me to be a co-host for it. This is just the cutest, most aesthetic little readathon. It's only 4 days long with 3 reading prompts, which again I go through in that Patreon exclusive video, so I won't repeat here. But I did pick 2 books to read during this long weekend, which is happening on March 21st through the 24th. And I'm already really excited for them. Again, they are books off of my physical shelf, which I love readathons for. The first one is another queer romance. It's Cleat Cute by Meryl Wilsner. As you can tell, a soccer romance. I believe there's even a little bit of an age gap or something in this. I've heard pretty mixed reviews, to be honest, but I'm excited to give it a fair chance. And I really love the cover of this book, so I'm hoping I enjoy it at least enough to keep a copy of it and put it on my shelves. And then the other book I want to read for that readathon is called Off the Record by Cameron Garrett. To be honest, I've never heard anyone talk about this book or this author before, so I have no idea what to expect, but in a bookstore one day, this cover completely caught my eye. The synopsis sounded interesting enough for me to purchase it. So it's finally time for me to actually read it and get it off of my TBR. From what I remember, I think this is a hard-hitting young adult contemporary book. I think it has like Me Too vibes. Yes, a moving testament to the Me Too movement. So I have high hopes that this could be such a me book, and I hope that it lives up to those expectations. All right, and then my final video plans for March include an aardvark reading vlog, which if you watched my February TBR, these books will look very familiar because I was supposed to read them all this month, but it's not happening, so we're rolling it over to March. And the aardvark books that I have to get to are, first of all, The Reformatory by Tanana Reeve-Dew. This is a historical horror book, from what I understand, that I've heard so many great things about. I think I'm gonna love it. Just need to make time for it. Then we've got Where You End by Abbott Collar. I believe this is a thriller about twins and one of them loses their memory or something like that. Then we've got Yours for the Taking by Gabrielle Korn. I believe this is a sci-fi book. I don't remember the specifics of the plot, but I've had good luck with aardvark's sci-fi books in the past, so I hope this keeps up that trend. And then most recently, the book that I picked in February is The Clinic by Kate Quinn. Different Kate Quinn than the one I had earlier on this TBR. I believe this is a mystery thriller that also might have some historical elements to it. I've heard some really good reviews about it so far. It was my friend Jessie's book club pick this month for Sleep When I'm Dead book club. I wasn't able to join that discussion because I haven't read the book yet, but we're gonna rectify that in March. Then I'll go back and watch the replay. It will all be fine. And I'm really excited to get to this one. All right, and then to round out the month, the couple of book club books that I talked about, I've got 2 in-person book clubs that I'm a part of that I want to read books for. The first one is a mystery thriller book club that is reading Bunny in March by Mona Awad. I've never read this book, but I have seen so much about it, so much hype, so many mixed reviews, so many theories. I'm so excited to finally be reading it and be able to form my opinion on it. Its reputation truly precedes it, and I'm excited to tackle it. So that will happen at some point in the month, probably on audio. And then the other book club I'm a part of is reading The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, which is a book I've already read before, but I would like to read it again. So again, I may try to get this one on audio and breeze through it a couple of days before that meeting. So that's it. Those are all the books that I'm planning on reading in March. Kind of ambitious, but again, I feel like I'm in a pretty good groove right now and I've been getting through a lot of books. So let's cross our fingers, but I'm hopeful that I could get through all of these and all of the content comes out when it's supposed to. Let me know if you have read any of the books that I talked about in this video and what your thoughts were on them. Otherwise, let me know some books that you have on your March TBR. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else. So thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you in my next one.